Is it ever justifiable to go through your partner's personal belongings or messages if you suspect something?
Well, I've been doing this a long, long time, almost 20 years at this point, and typically, when your intuition and your spidey sense is gone, something's a little off with this girl. There's some things she's told me that in the past, she told me the opposite 2 weeks ago. If she's saying things and her stories are inconsistent and she's on her phone and she's always got her phone face down when she's around you, or she's going off into the corner texting or talking to people and whispering, and you're like, who was that? Oh, it was just a wrong number, and telling you weird shit like that. Like, what? If you feel like something is off, then you really shouldn't. But quite frankly, I've done so many emails over the years with guys that have gone and looked through her phone when she was sleeping and then found all these messages. And they know about it, and they don't tell her that they know about it, and they'll confront her about it and ask her about it, even though they already know the answer, to see what she does. And when the girl just starts lying, trying to lie her ass off to your face, you can say, I looked for your phone. I saw all the messages. So if she's lying to your face about that, it's like, that's it. It's not your job to make somebody loyal. There's bum bitches out there. And when a girl acts that way, when you catch her in lies, she lies about the little things. It's like, what is she lying about that you're not catching on to? It's like somebody that's a habitual liar and cheater and is devious and not a good person. They're gonna lie about all kinds of things.
Yeah, they're not.
It's never gonna stop. Like we know some girls that we used to work with in the past that little lies. There's always more. If somebody's a habitual liar and dishonest with their timesheet or whatever it happens to be, they're a dishonest person. No matter how pretty or how nice they seem, if they got no integrity, they got no integrity, and you have to be strong enough to boot those people out of your life when you recognize that.
Now, how about this scenario though? What happens if they go through your phone, but there's nothing there, and they just go check? Is it still like
so
a
it's like
of privacy,
you think that they think that everything's just deleted. They're like, you just deleted everything. That's why I didn't find anything.
Honestly,
No, but how would you feel if someone like if they just went through your phone and there was like nothing, like there's nothing there, but how would you feel if they still went through all your stuff then?
Yeah, like great. Let me
I feel
see
like
your
they've reached
phone. Let me
a
go
privacy,
through
yeah.
yours, and if they won't give it to you, then you're like,
that's usually a good red
literally
flag.
the worst case scenario in those cases is that it blows up in your face, where it's like they didn't lie, but you could tell that.
Because if that happened to me, I feel like offended. I'd be like, at least just come to me, ask me first. Don't like.
Yeah, just don't go through my stuff.
Yeah, just ask. Like.
Well, you got to remember, people are also either reacting to a relationship they had in the past, or somebody that wronged them, or they're reacting to what how their parents raised them.
Yeah.
And so somebody that is always lying, always trying to get away with things, and you're catching them in these little lies, it's like, that's who they are. Yeah. You're not going to fix them. You're not going to instill a sense of morality into the girl, and all of a sudden, when she's 25, 30 years old, because you're a good guy or a good person, and she's been a lying dirtbag her whole life, she's not going to start being nice no matter how much she may love you. She'll be able to hide it for a little while, but she's going to slip back up because that's just who she is.
One of my friends told me that he went out with this girl, and he was like, for some reason her phone never buzzed. Unless it was for like apps or something like that. He said never buzzed. It was like, got to me. He's like, oh, she doesn't have any friends. And then another thought came to my head. She goes, oh, she has them all on the little bell. I didn't even know about this. That you can silence people's texts when coming through. So I guess they dated for a little bit, and he went through her phone and saw that she had all these guys just on the little bells. Like, it doesn't pop up, but when you open your text message, she can see them, but they don't come up as a text message. I was like,
yeah, that's devious behavior.
Yeah.
That is a girl that is used to trying to get away with shit, and they become very good and very creative at it. They become creative at hiding it.
Right? I was like, what?
That's why I say people don't change. They may become a better version of who they are, but they don't change. They're just, in that case, they may become better at hiding it the next time around.
Yeah, that's like people, exactly. It's
So if she's muting
lying.
that, it's because she's probably been caught in the past. She's like, oh, let me
Yeah.
just mute those so they don't pop up and won't cause me any trouble.
I didn't even know what that little bell meant. I was like, what the heck does this mean? I was like, delete and the little bell. I
It's
was
the
like,
notifications.
yeah, I had no idea.
I literally use it for group chats. Like, I don't just really mute
I just
anybody in
delete the whole.
particular.
I used to just delete the whole entire group chat. I just cancel myself out because I didn't know. Like, Jade, why did you take yourself out of the group chat? I was like, because I had like 150 and I was tired of hearing it. I just didn't know.
That's
how
why
to
you mute it.
I didn't know. Like, okay, whatever.
But yeah, point being, those things literally blow up in your face because the last thing you want is to show that you're like that insecure. Like, eventually, if the person's a habitual cheater, you're gonna, one way or another, with time, something's gonna slip up. Like, there's no way out of it.
Yeah, it's important to make sure that she feels like you trust her implicitly, and because if somebody's a liar and a cheater and they're devious, if they feel like they've been able to pull the wool over on your eyes and they've got you wrapped around their finger and you see some shady shit going on, because a man who's comfortable with it himself is not going to, go from 0 to 100 and turn into a jack in the box and freak out. He's going to see these little inconsistencies here and there and go, something's not adding up, and go, you know what, just for peace of mind, my girlfriend's passed out, she had a little too much to drink. I know her passcode because she always does it in front of me. Let me just look at her phone. And if there's nothing there, you're like, I would never tell her that you went through it, but it gives you peace of mind. But if you go through it and there's a lot of ratchet shit going on in her conversations, and there's things with other guys, and she's flirting with other guys and sending nudes, and like, these are all things I've experienced in the coaching sessions I've done over the years. It's like when you see that kind of behavior, it's like you can have some fun and confront her about it, but obviously you're not going to let her know that you already saw the text. And it's like, it's just amazing how the liar and the devious person is going to just double down and deny
see how far they
everything.
take it.
And then you can show them screenshots. And I saw the text. And, sometimes even when you're like, I saw it, and they still try to weasel out of it, but it's like when you back them into a corner, it's like, at least you're not going to fix that. You're not going to change her.
That's before I knew you.
That's the party girl. That's the girl you hook up with a few times and then you move on. You don't stick around. Because if you stick around, well, whatever happens after that's on you. Because you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality.
That's right.